Yo, what's going on YouTube? I'm Evan, Marksman Trading. Today we are reviewing a opening range break and retest setup I took on Apple today. Solid trade. We made about 1 hour in it, or $4.11. As you guys know, I risk about $5 per trade in my stock account, and I've actually been thinking about upping it to about $10 risk now, because we've had some solid consistency the past 2 weeks, and I think we're ready. So maybe the next A+ setup I see, I will scale into $10 risk, so I can slowly kind of get comfortable with that. So if you guys are interested in how I trade this setup, this video is for you. I'll review the trade thesis, the executions, I scaled into it, so I can review that process as well. And by the way, Apex is having an 80% off discount right now on all evaluation accounts, so use my coupon below or the link in the description, snag that discount. Now let's get into the recap. So here's a trade I took on Apple. It was about a 1 hour trade, and as you can see, I did scale in. So lately I have been working on trying to scale in better and scale in more to the winning trades that, I should be taking full size on. And so full size in this trade was 9 shares. I took 7 shares, so we did a lot better with that today. So the thesis for this trade was, as you can see here on the daily chart, we broke out over this kind of 174 level that we were showing resistance against for the past week or so. So today we broke out over it, and then I was expecting us to hold that and rip higher. So here in the 1 minute, you can see we did exactly that. We broke out over this supply now turn demand zone, and then we just ripped higher, holding above VWAP. And so I entered on this kind of bull flag pullback, but it was also a retest of the 15-minute opening range high candle. So the first 15-minute candle of the day at 9:30 had a high of 176.60, and we retested that at 10 o'clock with a low of 176.59. The 5 minute, it looks just like a bull flag. As you can see, we pulled back just into the 9 EMA, roughly in the 5 minute. It was a clean pullback. It's probably roughly almost a little less than 50% retracement too. So pretty decent there as well. Not too deep of a pullback, but also not too shallow either. On the 1 minute chart, I started scaling in after this green engulfing candle. I took a starter here and a dip back down at 176.84. And I continued to add 1 share and build up my position. Because like I said, full size was 9 shares. I was looking to build into 9 shares, but slowly I wanted to hold this 176.60s level. But I did have my risk all the way down here to the opening range of the 5 minute candle at this level of like 176.16. So if it closed below that and then moved lower, then I would have exited the position. So I was scaling into that risk down there. So as it was starting to hold with this bottoming tail here at 10:04 and these kind of wick bottoms at like 10:06, 10:08, I also entered here as it started moving higher with volume at 10:10, 1 share kind of at the highs of like 176.79, and then 1 more here on the pullback down to 176.79 as well, as it kind of closed above the 1 minute 9 and 20 EMA. It then kind of popped up and then moved down, and I was tempted of taking this to break even, but I didn't because my thesis really didn't play out all the way. It was still holding higher lows above VWAP, the opening range was still being held as well, and the market was also still moving up. So I was staying in this trade, looking for that macro kind of move today. And so once we got that pop at 10:21, I took off 6 of 7 shares at 177.30. which is a solid exit. We had a volume move, and I was proactively covering, and it was almost into high of day, so I had 1 runner left, and I didn't get out until 10:46 at 177.45 because we closed below the 9 EMA over here, and then we moved below it. And so I was just trailing it with 1 minute 9 EMA. That's why I took off that last position. So we did get a little bit more than 1 hour out of this trade. It was a solid trade. We scaled in very well. We didn't take it to break even when we had the option to, and I'm happy I didn't because I'm staying disciplined and letting the trade work out. So that's basically the trade. Like I said, it's basically a pullback. It's a bull flag. It's testing the opening range highs. So you just kind of combine all those things together along with the daily chart. Apple also had news today. So I was picking a relatively strong name because I think it had news that it was partnering with Google with something to do with their AI. So very positive catalyst and sentiment around the stock today, and we're just looking for the pattern that aligns with our trading thesis, and we executed well. We had good entries, we had good exits, and we had a good stop loss too. I maybe could have raised it to below the opening range, or like right below the opening range level it's trying to hold, but I could see it kind of dipping back down to test VWAP and then move higher, because a lot of times on pullbacks you will see moves back down to VWAP. So that's why I did have a bit of a wider risk or stop loss on this today. But still, I'm happy with this trade. I know I would have been upset if I did stop out, if it did kind of move below this level, tap VWAP, and then move higher. So that brings us to the end of this video. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe. I hope you guys learned a lot about how I trade the setup. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. Again, Apex is having that discount, so snag my coupon below or use the link in my description and claim the discount. I hope you guys have a great day. God bless.